Do you dare to enter the realm of the unknown? Across America there are places so haunted, so drenched in ghostly legends that even the bravest souls shiver at the thought of visiting. From abandoned asylums to haunted hotels, these are the top 10 most haunted places in America. Join us if you dare. We begin our journey at the bizarre Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California. This isn't your typical haunted house. It's a labyrinth of endless hallways, staircases that lead to nowhere, and doors that open to brick walls. Built by Sarah Winchester, the widow of the Winchester rifle magnate, this mansion is shrouded in darkness and fueled by tragedy. Legend has it that Sarah was haunted by the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles. She believed that, by continuously building and adding onto the house, she could confuse these spirits and keep them at bay. But something tells me she only invited more in. You can feel the energy shift as you walk these halls. It's heavy, oppressive. This house is a physical manifestation of Sarah's tormented soul, and the spirits, they seem trapped here, caught in a cycle of unfinished business and despair. Next up is the Myrtles Plantation, often called one of the most haunted houses in America. Located in St. Francisville, Louisiana, this former plantation drips with beauty and a history stained with blood and sorrow. The spirit of Chloe makes her presence known. Legend has it that Chloe was a slave who, after having her ear cut off for eavesdropping, took her revenge by poisoning a birthday cake. Now, her spirit is said to roam the Myrtles Plantation, seeking justice or perhaps perpetually reliving her final moments. Visitors have reported seeing her reflection in windows, a ghostly figure in a turban staring back at them. The Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum is our 8th stop. Located in Weston, West Virginia, this imposing structure stands as a monument to the horrors of mental health treatment in the 19th and 20th centuries. This wasn't a place of healing. It was a warehouse for the unwanted, the misunderstood, the forgotten souls deemed unfit for society. Within these walls, thousands lived and died, subjected to inhumane treatments and unimaginable suffering. Their pain, their anguish, it lingers. It permeates every inch of this building. You can feel it the moment you step inside. A coldness grips you, not just from the drafts that snake through the decaying corridors, but from something deeper, something unseen. This is a place where the veil between our world and the next is thin, where the echoes of suffering reverberate through time. Shadowy figures flicker at the edge of your vision, gone as quickly as they appear. Disembodied voices whisper your name, beckoning you deeper into the darkness. Our 7th stop is Eastern State Penitentiary, one of the most infamous prisons in American history. Located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, this Gothic fortress once housed some of the nation's most notorious criminals. It was a place of silence, of solitary confinement, where inmates were driven mad by their own thoughts, their own demons. The weight of their despair, their rage, it's still palpable within these walls. As you walk the cell blocks, imagine the clanging of iron gates, the shuffling of feet, the muffled sobs of men driven to the brink. The air is thick with the energy of their torment, their anguish. Some say the spirits of these tortured souls still roam these halls, unable to find peace, unable to escape the horrors they endured. We've captured EVPs of disembodied voices, witnessed shadows moving independently in the darkness, and experienced unexplained temperature drops. This isn't just a haunted location, it's a testament to the darkness that can reside within the human heart. The Stanley Hotel, famous for inspiring Stephen King's The Shining, is no stranger to ghostly encounters. Nestled high in the Colorado Rockies, this grand hotel has been a beacon for artists, writers, and those seeking respite from the outside world. But beneath its elegant facade lies a history steeped in the paranormal, a tapestry woven with tales of restless spirits and unexplained phenomena. Guests have reported seeing ghostly figures in the hallways, their spectral forms disappearing around corners. The sound of children's laughter echoes from empty rooms, their playful spirits seemingly undeterred by the passage of time. And in the dead of night, the mournful strains of a piano drift from the empty ballroom, a ghostly waltz played on unseen keys. The Stanley Hotel is a place where the veil between the living and the dead feels thin, where the echoes of the past mingle with the present. At number 5 is the Bell Witch Cave, the only remaining site tied to the legendary Bell Witch haunting. Hidden deep in the woods of Adams, Tennessee, This unassuming cave is a portal to one of America's most terrifying and well-documented paranormal mysteries. It was here in the early 1800s that the Bell family was tormented by an unseen entity, a malevolent spirit known as the Bell Witch. The witch, as legend has it, was a vengeful spirit seeking retribution against patriarch John Bell. She harassed the family relentlessly, scratching, pinching, and even slapping them. Her voice, a chilling rasp, whispered threats and insults, driving the family to the brink of madness. John Bell, once a robust and healthy man, succumbed to the witch's curse, his death shrouded in suspicion and fear. Today, the Bell Witch Cave remains a place of pilgrimage for paranormal enthusiasts and skeptics alike. Visitors have reported feeling a palpable sense of dread, an oppressive weight pressing down on them as they descend into the cave's depths. Once a luxury ocean liner, the Queen Mary is now one of America's most haunted locations. Permanently docked in Long Beach, California, this majestic ship, once a symbol of elegance and sophistication, now sails the seas of the supernatural. During World War II, the Queen Mary served as a troop ship, its decks crowded with soldiers heading to war. In a freak accident, the Queen Mary rammed and sunk one of its escort ships, the HMS Curacoa, sending hundreds of sailors to their watery graves. It's said that the spirits of those lost sailors still roam the Queen Mary, their ghostly presence felt in cold spots, disembodied voices, and the slamming of doors. In the ship's first-class pool, a young woman in white has been spotted, her laughter echoing through the empty space. The Queen Mary is a floating museum, a testament to a bygone era, but it's also a haunted vessel, a place where the past refuses to stay buried. Number 3 is Waverly Hills Sanatorium, once a tuberculosis hospital where thousands died. Perched atop a windswept hill overlooking Louisville, Kentucky, this sprawling complex stands as a haunting reminder of the devastation wrought by consumption. Waverly Hills was a place of both hope and despair, a last resort for those afflicted with this deadly illness. But for many, it became their final resting place. The death toll at Waverly Hills was staggering, with some estimates claiming as many as 8,000 souls perished within its walls. The spirits of those who died here, it seems, are unable or unwilling to move on. They linger in the shadows, their presence felt in the cold drafts that snake through the corridors, the disembodied voices that whisper from empty rooms, and the fleeting glimpses of shadowy figures that vanish as quickly as they appear. One of the most unsettling features of Waverly Hills is the infamous body chute, a tunnel used to discreetly transport the bodies of the deceased from the hospital to the waiting hearses below. Waverly Hills Sanatorium is not a place for the faint of heart. At number 2 is the Lemp Mansion, a beautiful estate with a tragic past. Located in St. Louis, Missouri, this stately mansion has borne witness to more than its fair share of sorrow, its elegant facade masking a history steeped in darkness and despair. The Lemp family, once a prominent name in the brewing industry, built their fortune on beer, but their legacy would be forever tainted by tragedy. It began with the death of Frederick Lemp, the family patriarch, who took his own life within the mansion's walls. His suicide was just the beginning of a string of untimely and tragic deaths that would plague the family for generations. One by one, members of the Lemp family met with untimely ends, their lives cut short by suicide, illness, and freak accidents. Today, the Lemp Mansion is a popular restaurant and inn, but beneath its charming exterior lies a palpable sense of unease. Guests have reported hearing footsteps in the dead of night, the sound of heavy boots echoing through the empty halls. Disembodied voices whisper from the shadows, their words indecipherable but their tone undeniably chilling. And finally, at number 1, we have the Amityville Horror House. This suburban home in Amityville, New York became infamous after a gruesome mass murder. In 1974, Ronald DeFeo Jr. killed 6 family members as they slept. The true horror of 112 Ocean Avenue was far from over. A year later, the Lutz family moved in, seeking a fresh start. They fled after 28 days, driven out by terrifying phenomena. Swarms of flies, strange odors, and green slime oozed from the walls. The Amityville Horror House remains a source of fascination and fear. And there you have it, the top 10 most haunted places in America. Each location holds a dark past and countless ghostly legends waiting for those brave enough to visit. Which haunted spot would you dare to explore? Let us know in the comments, and remember to subscribe for more ghostly tales and eerie explorations.